This is my baby. Welcome to States and Kingdoms. So we had planned to do a video about the very brand new Beach Boys collection, compilation, The Sounds of Summer. We've changed our minds. We didn't buy it. But we have something better though. This.
I like the improvising.
The Beach Boys Good Vibrations, 30 Years of the Beach Boys box set from 1993. Although this one was more like 2000.
2000-ish. 99, 2000, yeah.
It's a 5-disc set.
We're going to talk a little bit more about The Sounds of Summer later in the video. But first, I wanted to talk about this. I almost had forgotten just how much we listened to this. We both listened to it
a lot. It's one of the best compilations that I've ever seen.
I really do think, I know that the Beach Boys have more like best stubs and collections than I've had hot dinners, but I mean like they've got on this just about, I think, the best introduction to the Beach Boys that you could have.
Yeah, it's got everything plus some really awesome, unreleased stuff. Yeah, it's a great mix. It really is, because it doesn't get crazy with like.
It's streamlined.
15th take without horn. It's like...
Well, sure, yeah. It's streamlined. It's a great overview of the whole career. And we're just going to go over I think we should just discuss the CDs. Like 5 of them. Because otherwise, this will be a really long video. And we won't be able to get angry about stuff at the end.
Stay tuned for the rant.
It won't be much of a rant.
It'll be a little bit of a rant.
It'll be a runt.
This is a beautiful box set.
I'm sorry. Am I wasting your time here?
I'm just gonna do a little.
You're just gonna read.
Just taking in the scenery here.
I like the packaging. Yeah. I think it's well done. But I'm sure that a lot of people probably listen to the CD with all the Smile stuff on it. We did.
That's probably the one
that was what we listened to most.
Yeah.
And this. And I think this has a lot to offer. Even with all the releases, and I know Made in California has a ton, it has the original mono releases for a number of songs, and I just think that's much better as an introduction to the Beach Boys.
Well, it's as Brian intended.
And so that's what this has. It starts with just Brian on piano doing Surfin' USA, which is, I think, a brilliant
really fun to
beginning.
Hear.
Goes through tons of their early hits, and I think it's a great selection. They have some previously unreleased things here. I mean, not some, a couple. It's just a great compilation. Genuinely really do enjoy it. I think it's very balanced. I really like listening to it. And I don't like best ofs. I don't really like box sets. I'd rather have the albums.
Well,
I prefer them.
Like someone choosing what the best songs are for me.
Right. Yeah, I know.
I want to do it myself.
But
this is different, though. This is massive.
No, it is for a number of reasons. There are a couple of the only other one really that comes to mind is Maximum R&B, which is in shambles now.
Yeah, well loved.
But those are probably the only 2 that really I listen to.
They're both great. Yeah, really great.
Other than some like Jimi Hendrix bootleg stuff, but that's a different story.
Those are intense.
I said, I don't even know if you can show the bootlegs on YouTube, can you? Because you can't sell them. Disc 2.
Well.
And I find it, there's a lot of Smile stuff on here because it had never been released, and I really do love it. It's hard to separate. This is the first time I'd ever heard it from this, and really even when we got this, there really still wasn't anything else. So this was really the way to hear it, and we listened to it a ton. I mean, it was revelatory as
it would be.
And I like the form. I like the order. I like everything that they did with this. Still,
Well, really, starting with Our Prayer and going to the end of disc 2, so kind of in the middle of the CD to the end, you really have like a nice chunk. It's almost like Smile. It's almost like
it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be, but it comes really close to be. It's very satisfying to listen to.
Mm-hmm. Now, Sean isn't crazy about the artwork on these.
No, I didn't say that.
I think they're kind of fun.
No, I don't mind them.
They're vaguely, Beach Boysian. Disc 3.
I'm very impressed listening to this. What a great balance it has. And you never get bogged down in...
Just like all the variations?
Yeah, like you said, yeah. You never get bogged down in that and endless variations on songs. It moves along well, giving you, a great idea of each era for the Beach Boys, each year for the Beach Boys.
Yeah, there's only a couple of repeats. Like, for the most part, you don't have multiple versions of a song next to each other. There's a couple of times.
And I think the choices really work. I mean, obviously, once I did not listen to this for a long time.
Yeah.
Once we just got the records and things, some other things, I didn't listen to this anymore. And really started listening to more vinyl, obviously listened to fewer CDs.
Yeah.
So I wasn't as likely to put this on. But it really did very much shape how I think of the Beach Boys and how I associate maybe certain songs together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, listen to this again. It
brings
track
up a lot.
list, the sequencing came back. I remembered listening to this.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait too long. That is a good song. Good song. I love that song.
Yeah, I mean, Help Is On The Way and 4th of July are both... Help Is On The Way, always, the opening line always kind of gets a smile out of me, or more. This is funny. And 4th of July is really
4th of July is beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Beautiful Dennis Penn song. Carl song.
I think it gives you a really good idea. I think it genuinely gives you a really good idea of the Beach Boys. That's what I'm doing. I'm thinking of this.
Does.
I'm thinking if that's why I was saying if there was someone that you knew that really didn't know the Beach Boys very well, or they just thought they were all about surfing and cars and girls. How many times have you heard that?
Too many.
So I thought it was just surfing and cars and girls and okay, well, that's really all you need. But whatever. If you need more than that, this really would be the perfect thing to give them. Really, it's fantastic.
A disc 3.
Mm-hmm. So, disc 4.
We're getting older. A little wiser. Slowing down.
Well, you start to have a little bit fewer songs per album, beginning with Sail On Sailor, ending with Kokomo.
Classic. Yeah.
And, I mean... we've talked about this period in the Beach Boys a fair amount now.
There's so much to get from this period of the Beach Boys.
I still like these albums. I guess I still love these albums.
That's okay. You can use the strong words.
Yeah. Come Go With Me is the only representative from MIU.
Which is an album I really, really like.
It's okay. I understand that. It's fine. I might have... Well, I would pick Hey Little Tomboy if I were picking, but
I would pick Match Point of Our Love.
Yeah, I think but I still think it's a great. It keeps its rhythm, everything.
It hits all the highlights.
It's really well put together.
Yeah.
And It's Over Now and Still I Dream of It. Are both. I mean, I'd never heard
Good
before.
Time and...
I like this one. This is fun. Also, oh yes, I totally forgot. The fairy tale music. Which is just without
so cool.
Jack Riley's narration and all of that.
It's funny how different it sounds without the
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Great addition to this. And I don't...
Disc 4.
I mean, someone could say, but I don't think that's been re-released. And Disc 5. Disc 5 is actually fascinating. I love this one.
I love, love, love that they structured this box set like this. By leaving on the main 4 discs... the mostly original release tracks, nothing crazy, outside, no really crazy alternate takes.
Right. It's an overview of the band's history.
But instead, they put some more interesting stuff on this disc.
Mm-hmm.
Separate.
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
Yeah, I love the Cabinescence backing track.
Right.
That's such a perfect piece of music. It's
some
beautiful.
versions of just the backing tracks, just vocals. It's which is really cool to hear.
Conversely, I also always love the a cappella versions of songs, which
Yeah,
always
no,
from
I
the
like
Beach Boys are always
exactly.
amazing.
No, I like hearing both, and yeah, Cabin Essence especially. It's so beautiful to hear it without the vocals, and you really pick up on things that maybe are easy to pass over when there's other stuff going on. There's some really beautiful instrumentation on it.
Altogether, this box set has an aura, sorta.
A sort of aura.
For us, but it's at such a critical point for the Beach Boys as far as I guess moving forward, critically, fan wise, in the 90s.
You're gonna throw it at me.
How important this was for people who had just really found the Beach Boys.
So highly recommend picking up this box set if you can. It is not available currently. I mean, it's out of print, so you can't get it new.
And it's not on Spotify.
It's not on Spotify. But it's so good. It really is so good.
I like, that they just wanted to give you a pure overview of the Beach Boys, their music, including the mono singles, having things, no
fiddling around.
No remixes.
Yeah.
Nothing of that sort.
No fiddling around. On that note.
So that's the thing. The Sounds of Summer. Now, Feel Flows was released, and we thought about doing that as well, and we wound up not doing...
Our channel was just a baby then.
We wound up not doing anything with that, and it wasn't because, we didn't like it or anything. It was just... we don't do that, really. We got Let It Be, and we didn't do that either. So I was a little bit wary because it's a best of. It's a best of collection. There's really not going to be anything really new on it. Something unreleased like on Feel Flows, where you had actual unreleased stuff, which was made it worthwhile.
Right.
So I wasn't sure if what are you gonna say? We talked about some of these songs.
Turns out there is stuff to say.
And I still won't do it because we try to be positive. We try to find things to like. And if there's something that you really don't like,
you keep your mouth shut.
We don't talk about it. But in this case, just wanted to say, I don't really understand what is going on, with these albums.
Yeah. They're doing it across the board.
Yes.
It's not just the Beach Boys, obviously, but this is maybe the worst.
I'm not a big fan of remixes. I mean, I don't even love the endless line of remastered albums.
It's one thing if the original artist, the person who made this, goes back and remixes his own thing, like Iggy Pop.
Yeah, but no, no. On Feel Flows, there were issues like this with the remixes, and I'm not a fan of it. But they also had all the unreleased stuff. It made it more interesting. This is a best of. And this is being sold in Target. Yeah. This could be something that someone just picks up. And that's why I wanted to do this, because this is really, this is more like what should be available. This is what you really would recommend. Or made in California. Made in California is expensive and very long.
Right.
But, this I would recommend. This best of, what they've done on it, they simply should not be on a best of collection. If you want to do this, you have a Beach Boys reimagined album that you put out.
Yeah, because those aren't the way the songs were when they were best.
Well, and that's the thing. I don't really understand remixes in that way. Brian is a genius. His mixes, his production, other people that he worked with, Carl, Dennis, Al, all of them. Who?
Little Mo.
Little Mo with the gimpy leg. But all of the people that had a hand in the production for all of these songs, it's just thrown out. And it's most akin to me to colorizing movies. And I think it's a lot of times it's the same argument. It's all about accessibility. And so you colorize It's a Wonderful Life or The Magnificent Ambersons, heaven preserve us, and what you do, because that way some 10-year-old will want to watch it because it's in color.
Right.
But that didn't happen, and all you did was mar the actual art,
Yeah.
the beauty of the black and white photography in the first place. And that's what this is.
Never,
With
yeah.
this, I don't agree with it. And some of the mixes are genuinely odd.
They just, you don't even have to know much about
Really strange
recording
sounding
techniques or audio in general, but they just sound bad.
Yeah, some of them just sound
They
flat
just
out
sound
bad.
bad, and you maybe you can't even put your finger on it, but you know the balance is off.
Well, you can't.
It doesn't sound right, and in some cases, it's actually so bad.
The Beach Boys have had some really good releases, and Beach Boys fans are always grateful. We're always grateful for any new music that is released because we want to hear as much. And if it's not perfect, that's fine. If it's not perfect, that's fine. You know, sometimes it can be very subtle. You know what the issues, but yeah, not this. This isn't so subtle.
The danger is you worry that one day all of the original mixes, the original albums, as the Beach Boys and as Brian created them and intended them to be, will be not available. They will not print them anymore, and we'll have all like they're doing with the Beatles, remastering all of the albums and releasing those on new vinyl. It's very hard to find the originals, and so when does that new one become the standard and we lose the actual original artwork? It's a slippery slope.
The main concern right now is that what are they going to do the next thing that they get their hands on exactly? Because that's probably going to be Holland. Carl and the Passions and Holland. Not probably, definitely going to be that. And so that's a little concerning because the version of Marcella that is on the best of, it's no bueno.
Yeah, so I don't know. Just wanted to say our piece.
I that was just the main thing was that's why we wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's all, because
this is a delight.
Here it was done. It was done right. They did it right.
This is my Bible.
They just did it right. This pays.
Beautiful.
This is a very loving overview of the Beach Boys, and it inspired love in the people that heard it. This last release. And part of Feel Flows, but this last release, I mean, you'd be like, okay, that was a misstep. Some of the mixes on Feel Flows, but this is more than a misstep.
They went further.
Yeah, it's kind of like, no, like
It doesn't take long to do a quick search and find other people that are
like one song in, and the I Get Around. It's like, oh no, you did how did you do that? I don't understand it. Anyway, that's all. Rant over.
On that note, thank you so much for watching. Please let us know in the comments what you think about the Beach Boys, this box set, or maybe you picked up the new compilation. Let us know. And please make sure to like this video and consider subscribing to States and Kingdoms. And we got videos coming out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so stay tuned. Please have a lovely weekend. We'll see you next week.